Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about My Hero again. So, I really wanted to talk about My Hero again because I think that I wanted to talk about the other class members in 1A, and I don't think they're used properly. Like Tenya, I think he was used very well in the beginning of the series. Very well. Thought he was going to be one of the main characters. You know, him and his cyborg self. I thought he was going to be a main character, a main plot point, a main thing, and then Stain happened, and then Tenya has done nothing. Uraraka. You could say she's the main female in the show, but she doesn't really do much. She had her little battle with Bakugo, and that was about it. Yes, she's done a lot more than a lot of characters, so if you're not Izuku Midoriya, Bakugo, or Shoto Todoroki, you really don't. Momo, I think, does more than most females in the show. Then, yeah, I am caught up with the manga, so I know what Headphone Jack chick did in one little panel, which is nice. The Pinky, is that her name? The pink girl, alien-looking girl with the horns and stuff. She's barely done anything, and her whole arc was fucking garbage. But she does more later in the series. But I will get Never Stop Twinkling guy's probably done the most. His character development was better, I guess. I don't know. Kirishima's done stuff, which I was surprised. He became actually relevant, and he's pretty much stayed kind of relevant. I don't know, he had his little arc, and then the war happened, and he didn't really do anything in the war so far. So I guess he hasn't. That's probably my biggest problem, is he's introducing all these characters. Now we're in Endgame. We're in the big end of the series, and he's trying to, juggle all these characters that he can't really juggle like that, He's got so many of them. He's trying to make them all relevant. Then he's trying to, he's got Class 1A, he's got Class 1B, I think it is. And then he's got the big three. And then he's got all the heroes he's got to make look good. Like he's trying to make Endeavor look good now, which Endeavor, I don't know. I really like Endeavor and Hawks. I like both of them. I think they're pretty well written, good characters. And then you got Froppy, which she's done absolutely nothing in my opinion in the entire series, but she gets hyped up because she's what that tongue do is what people say, not me. I'm out. She really hasn't done anything. Then you have Dark Shadow guy, Fuyukage or something like that. He's done probably the most out of the background characters. He was really relevant at the beginning in the sports festival thing because his quirk is really good. Then you learn his weakness, and then he gets kind of put in the background. But then the attack on them in the forest happened, and he defeats the villain. And then he's like, oh, he's relevant again. It's like, okay. But then he really doesn't do anything for a very, very long time. But at least he gets somewhat used. You got the Sugar Rush guy who's never been used ever, never been relevant, never been interesting. There's nothing about him. I'm like, oh my god, he's relevant, he's useful, he's needed to be in this story. No. He's fodder trash. And then you got he's not even the worst. Mineta gets used the most. I think the author gets a freaking boner for that guy with how relevant they make him in the series. Which is weird because he's one of the most hated characters in the entire series of My Hero Academia. And, I don't hate him. I think he's an okay character. I think his abilities are stupid. But, you can't make everybody super strong, which I get that fact. I get that concept. But, they're heroes. They're going to go out into the hero world. They've had hero experience. And they're booty cheeks, dude. They're fucking booty. And it's man, this is kind of sad. This is kind of sad how bad you're making these characters. It's like I wanted Tenya to be so like relevant to the story, and he's just not. I honestly think he should have died, but now I'm not saying that these characters need to be at like Bakugo's level or fucking anywhere near where Izuku Midoriya is, because no, I don't think Bakugo's close to Izuku Midoriya right now, even though I think the series is trying to portray them as somewhat equal. Not really anymore, since what happened in the manga, but these villains cause more of a threat than anyone else in the entire series. Let's be real. Their quirks are ridiculous. There's so many of them, and then they all their quirks have gotten like an upgrade, and I don't think the heroes have the right. Do they have the power to beat these guys? Is the real question. Izuku Midoriya has to do so much, and it took 20 or 19 other people to stop him, because he left. And then the whole the whole like civilians like letting him like go so easily. I don't know. Uraraka, all she had to do was give this long speech about how much she basically loves this man and how he's putting everything on the line. And then I will admit, Bakugo's like, whole like apology. I'm glad he did it before the war happened, but like it should have came way earlier, and it took so long. And Bakugo bullied the fuck out of this kid for such a long time because of his complex, like his God, I can't say the word. Like he feels that he can't be good enough. He's not on that level, and seeing this, he wants to he wants to be the best, the greatest there ever was, and he sees this kid who he's known his entire life, who is basically useless in his eyes, which, I'm not trying to give Bakugo a pass. That was kind of fucked up, man. Kind of fucked up. But he's outperformed, in Bakugo's eyes, outperformed him on every level of what it means to be a true hero. Because you got to remember, Bakugo's idol, the guy he idolized for years, was All Might. He was an All Might nerd too. Like, let's be real. And he thought his whole goal was he was going to be better because people praised him his entire life. Then he got into UA, and it was like, well, you might have a strong quirk, Bakugo, but you got some problems, big fella. You got some problems. Yes, your quirk is strong. Yes, you are a talented individual at using your quirk. Yes, your quirk could be very useful to villains and heroes alike. And I'm glad he is a hero and he is on our side. But let's be real here. You will never be saving people with a smile on your face, because that's not what Bakugo does. Bakugo wants to win completely. He wants nobody to think that he lost. And, that was his mentality. That was his mindset, his absolute victory. If he was going to lose, he wants no one to say anything. But he also has had the growth that most characters in the series don't get. Like, he has had character development. Anyways, that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.